to go me. Not c-betting at any point on table 7, where any bet was not going to work. Oh shit, I've been getting these free rolls mixed up. We've got chips in the $3 turbo, and I believe that pays a lot more than the Betfair Bankroll booster. Yeah. $500 for a $3 investment. So at this point, it's really just going to be about trying to shove properly, trying to get it in there with the right ranges, not making any spewy shoves, but also not making too tight of folds. There's obviously not too much post-flop play when no one has more than 10 big blinds, but you want to be on top of your shove fold game. Push botting, as they call it. If any of you guys are interested in learning a little bit about that, just Google push bot, and you can probably find some information. Also, if you want to book on that stuff, the one called the Razor's Edge is quite good. There's that spot where you put in 3 blinds and it's 30 more, but this guy's been super nitty. So I don't think the pot odds justify trying to make a range call there. And when I say range call, I mean making a call with a hand that we just assume is ahead of some of the hands in his range. Ooh, 2 par? But what? Wow. I don't think we're going to be good here, but I really want to see what he has. For your guys' sake. Yeah. Disgusting. Disgusting. But those check min raises on later streets, usually indicative of pretty strong hands. So if you're in that spot, you find yourself in that spot with 2 pair, and you get check min raised, just fold. You're getting sick pot odds, but the reason he's min raising you and giving you those good pot odds is because he's pretty confident he's got the best hand. Oh snap! On the Bankroll booster, we have Off Me HD, who I just labeled. He took down one of the Grips Invitational free rolls last week, and I see he's doing a good job with his money, trying to run it up. Damn. Oh, you fucking rivered me, you son of a bitch. Kept his range so wide so that he could bluff, and then he just gets there. What a joke. Oh. Top peasy against Flandroy. Let's hope he flopped the second best hand. So far, so good. Just going to bet an amount that leaves me with less than a pot size bet on the river. And we're all in. We're also going to isolate on table 10 against our 80-40 friend Kimura. Thanks for the money, Flandroy. You are the #1 donator today. King Jack? Yup. That's why you want to be cautious about calling 3-bets with hands like King Jack off. They're dangerous, get you into trouble. Pretty good flop for a light 3-bet, table 10. Hopefully Kimura check raises like he likes to do. Yes, and now we don't reveal the strength of our hand. We just call and feign weakness so he can continue blasting. Ace Jack on table 2, we're going to call a 3-bet because this guy's played every hand so far. Even though it's only been one hand, he still may be loose. And wow. Looks like we may have had some implied odds. I call, bro. And now I'm going to raise. Now that I know we have the immortal nuts. But we don't want to make it too big. We want to make it possible for him to call with something weak. Like he probably has nothing. It's hard for him to call. But if he has a 3, we want to bet an amount that he can call with the 3. We even might want to raise an amount that he can call with ace high. And Flandroy here, I'm going to raise for value. If I get jammed on, that's pretty gross. He's pretty passive, so if he jams me... Ooh, okay. This could be a straight, so I'm just going to call. Some people will just get it in here because they have a set, but that's kind of overplaying the hand. I think if he has like 2 pair, if he's going to really call off for a full stack here. So we'll call, try to boat up, and if we don't boat up, we'll call some bet sizes, but we're not just auto-calling. Nice check back. It's amazing that he was actually so afraid of me having a flush possibly that he didn't go for a river value bet with a straight. I mean, it's a pretty easy spot to just bet and fold if you get raised. And normally, actually facing a spot there where he checks, I'm going to assume that the set's probably good. But I've noticed from some of the other sessions that I've played at 30 NL that people make really weird river check calls, and they check with very strong hands in the range to try to trap you for a bet. And I just didn't want to fall in that trap, so that's why I just stuck with the information that I got on the turn and just said, you know what, it's not worth it. It's not worth trying to squeeze out some value from a dude who probably just has a really strong fucking hand. It's too bad we didn't boat up because we could have won all the chips. It's going to be really hard for him to fold the turn nut straight just because the board pairs up on the river. So, I mean, even if I can get the full stack, I could make a very large value bet. And he probably would call. Getting short in the Betfair Bankroll booster fee roll, gonna have to gamble. How many left? 40 left. And we haven't done shit this tourney. So we're gonna have to go through the blinds. Now, misconception is that, you know, if you're about to go through the blinds, you have to shove really wide range from under the gun. It's true that we're going to lose a good amount of our chips if we don't pick up anything in the next few hands, but shoving under the gun, you have to get through 9 players. You have to hope that A, 9 players didn't get dealt anything, and B, if they did get dealt something, that you're going to be able to suck out on them, which with a hand like ace 8-9 offsuit is not that easy. I much prefer trying to make late position shoves where you have fewer hands to get through and thus a greater chance of getting your raise through. You have much more fold equity when you have fewer players to get through. Ooh, nut. C-bet. Get in action. Free flop. I'm going to go with a delayed c-bet on table 5. If he bets the turn, we're out of there. But when he checks, we're going to go ahead and take a stab. Wanted to get some more information about his hand before I just put money in there. And on table 7, our favorite fish is, or second favorite fish, is called a raise. So with Queen Jack suited, we definitely want to see a flop with him. No one interested? Alright, we'll bet. I think with the fish in the pot, Cool Dozer is going to be c-betting all his hands that he has for value. So when he checks there, I assume he probably has air. And means we only have to get through one guy. I'm going to call off with the king in the Betfair bankroll. We're pretty short, and this guy could be shoving fairly wide. So 37% equity, we got a fine price. Just need to try to get lucky. And if we don't, well, whatever. You got to gamble at some point in these tourneys, so that seemed like a pretty reasonable spot to go for it. And with the ace-king, I'm willing to bet call, but I'll just shove. It's the same thing. Ooh, nut again? And he's bluffing? Alright, we'll call. Go ahead. Bluff off all your chips off, Kimura. We got nothing. We're weak. Fire away. Oh, shut down. Not the best river. Still gonna bet. Whoa! Crazy Dave! I see how you got the name. Table 4, it's a hand that looks good for shipping it in, but I'd like to have some slightly higher ranking cards to commit myself there. And facing a raise, obviously, 5 high is never getting played. And the biggest thing in tournaments when deciding whether to get it in or not is just having cards that are high in rank. Because the hands with high ranks suck out more often than the ones with low ranks. Like 8 deuce suited? Pretty ambitious. Oh, can we skip the big blind? Skip the big blind? Fuck. I forget how it works, but sometimes there's a glitch where if like the small blind busts or the button busts, then you don't have to post the big blind. You just go immediately to the small blind. Not this time. All right, raise up a limp. Table 5. Win the pot. Lead out with a gutter. No hand history. I want tourney info. 152. Oh, we're in the money in the turbo already with 152 left, so we're free rolling. And with AA, we're usually free rolling 2. Misclick fold there on table 7. Guy's limping that wide. We should not be folding that hand. Fuck, would have flopped top too. Shit, man. Shit. So what's our M? 0. I'm excited for this turbo. It's just time to go gamble city and try to run it up. Battle of the luck boxes. Who's gonna run good and win 500 bucks? Queen Jack, table 2. I'm gonna isolate this limp. Guy's pretty loose passive. Let's hope he limped a hand that doesn't have an ace, so we can take this down with the c-bet. Pretty bad turn card, because if he had an ace, he's still calling, and if he had a 6, he's now made trips, so he's not folding that. Maybe he's got the 4-5 or some small flush draw, and our queen's good. Queens? Wow. And that's where the 39-0 is. This guy never raises. He just, every hand that he plays, he's going to limp. Whereas if he was like 40/5, he's probably raising the top 5% of hands and limping in with the 6 through 40% of hands. So you can get, this is again an example of how you can use the VPIP PFR combo to really get an accurate read on someone's range of hands for pre-flop play, so that you can then make good decisions post. So. Alright, he's leading into us. I don't know what that means, but we have good showdown value and we have great equity. So we're going to call. He is pretty passive, so I don't know that I just want to get it all in on the flop. Although it could never be bad with a pair and the nut flush draw. We'll just call. Wah, wah. Maybe he had a missed flush draw. Yeah. Maybe I should have tried to get that money in on the flop. Could have been very profitable if he was willing to go with that hand. I have 20 bigs. Okay. So on table 12, I now have a reship stack. I'm going to be looking for people who are opening a lot of hands and try to re-raise all in with hands that have good equity when called. Suited broadways, pairs, any high ranking cards really. 2 cards above an 8. It's going to be like my minimum requirement. I'm pretty sure king jack suited under the gun is a shove. Yeah, it's a strong hand. We're all in. Because even if we get called here with the king jack suited, we're going to have pretty good equity against a lot of the hands that call us. Ace queen, pocket tens, shit like that. And the fact that we have a king in our hand makes it 50% less likely that someone else has ace king. What? How do you guys still have ace king? You're not supposed to be able to have that. We had a king. King. Alright, good game. Just got cooler. Can't be afraid to gamble. Took our shot. Great barrel card. In the bottom left corner. Not only is it a scare card, it also gave us some equity. I'm gonna call. I'm gonna bet. I think that he's pretty passive, so he may still call the turn with a 10x hand and then fold to a river bet with it. You know, just calling the turn to keep us honest. And that was an accurate read. I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back for that one. And we have dug out of the hole. Wha-bam. Never give up. Top pair gonna value bet. Ace queen gonna isolate the fish. It's important to not get tilted, because if you get tilted when you start to lose, you are going to put yourself in a really deep hole that you are probably not going to be able to dig out of. But by keeping your cool and just waiting for the good spots to present themselves, it's never too hard to make a comeback. Man, get out of here, Julia. What fucking hand. I'm gonna... Actually, what's this guy's? His river aggression's really high. Okay, I'm gonna check back and let him bet the river. If he has a 7, whatever, we're gonna lose a bet anyway. If we bet the turn and get check raised, we're gonna lose that one bet, so it's the same amount that we lose if we check back and he bets river and has a 7. But by checking back the turn, I give him a chance to bluff. Full pot, it's pretty strong. River aggression's so high though. Nice catch. Nice catch. Damn, so much for comeback time. Back in the trenches, gotta put in some work. 2 pair against crazy. We're gonna call. Hope the river's not a club. 4's not the nicest either. We'll just check. We're good. Good thing no club. Wow, this guy who 3-bet us on table 10 never 3-bets. Painful folding such a good looking hand. Sick V-bet. Can we get a hand to go all in with in this turb? Queen 5. Oh, 6 suited, but someone raised a head. Okay. 10s, we're just gonna call. The 3-better is very nitty, so when he has ace king, we have him beat. All other times he has us drawing to 2 outs. He's probably not 3-betting 9s here. So we're just going to call. Bless me. And on this board I'm going to fold. Sorry. Really just set mining there again. Against someone whose 3-bet range is that narrow. The 10s are just a set mine. You check min raise. Alright. Try to catch something. Okay. I'm out of there. It's yours. Take it. You got it. Ace, king, raise. This guy's so nitty. I'm sure he's 3-bet bluffing sometimes, though. So ace 10 suited has good equity and good blocker value. So if he's ever 3-bet bluffing, then that's a hand that I'm willing to take some action with. That guy's all in for a big. Alright. Yeah, we'll run it with the ace 7. Hopefully no one else calls. But at this point we're so short, we just got to take a hand that looks good in the turbo. And this guy's in the same boat, so he's going to be shoving with just about anything. We may have the best hand sometimes. Julia, whatever, bro. Hope you didn't flop 2 pair. This raise flop percentage is high enough that I'll get in there. Damn, he had jacks. He waited that long and he found jacks. Must be nice. One big. We're going to get the blind anyway. Alright, let's go, ace. Get her done. We need it. Damn. Not looking too good for Team Gripsed. Yeah, we're gonna need some help. Oh wow, we have the best hand? Oh yes, fuck. Got rivered. We would have had 20k. At least we got enough chips to gamble one more time. Jack 10 suited, that's good enough. Let's pray for the best. So we need 10. Oh, he's got a fucking straight. Alright, GG. I'll try to get paid by Julia. No dice. Okay. I guess we'll play one more orbit then and wrap it up, since we just got the one tourney left. And putting about 1,500 hands. first place in the turbo. It was fun. Alright, give me 6 of clubs. Usually when I ask for it, it comes. Upside down 6. Not good enough. How's no one betting this? You guys trying to trap me? Nope. They just had nothing. And that's why multi-way pots are nice to play. People play a lot more honestly in multi-way pots than they do in heads-up pots, so you can get more accurate information and steal a couple more pots. Got ace high. Better king? How do you go the flop with that? You guys, cray. Alright, cool. Well, that wraps up the session. Overall, we lost half a stack. No big deal. And but with rake back, we cover that. So pretty much a break-even session. But in terms of the spots we covered and the things that you guys probably learned, probably good value overall. Break even's cool with me, as long as it helps you guys out. I'm getting a lot of messages about people who have been doing really successful. They've been inspired by the Bankroll challenge. They've been starting their own Bankroll challenges, and it makes me really happy to hear that you guys have gone from losing poker players to winning poker players just from watching these videos. So because of that, I will continue to produce this content for you guys so that you can continue to improve your game and continue to be stacking the chips. Please leave any comments and feedback on the video page. This has been EvanForGrips.com. Now it's your turn. Go out there and get stacking.